Alright guys, I wasn't feeling the best today, okay, I may be a little sick, my head hurt when I was going to school, and I just genuinely feel like kind of drowsy, but hey, I'm gonna push on. Basically what happened was I put up a poll for what album you guys wanted me to review next, and initially, alright, Pre-Ripped won the vote, but later on, we got a flood of like 8 more votes that switched the tide towards Mango Red's Rise and Fall of Mango Red. So, now we're reviewing this. But first, I think a few people in the audience may need like an explainer on who Mango Red is. Okay, so Mango Red's been around the community for a while. At least around 2021. Around that time, he's been around here for a while. He's kind of made his name using these raccoons as kind of a mascot, using a raccoon as his mascot. Now, the raccoon imagery isn't exactly new to him. Greens on Toast infamously had a song called Raccoon Girlfriend, and there was also a guy named Raccoon King, but I'm pretty sure that guy's gone and Mango Red's still around, so now the background footage makes sense to you. But anyways, beyond that, yeah, he, not really recently, but this year he put out this new Rise and Fall of Mango Red, and it's been at least somewhat successful for him. A couple of the tracks are kind of popping off on Spotify right now, and it's kind of brought some clout back to his name. He's kind of become kind of an underground legend with his starring roles in the Psych Ward comp albums and also the Survival Tactics, or no, it was the Targeted Individuals, alright? Targeted Individuals with the ever comp he was a part of. Giving him a couple songs that got a couple thousand plays and really making a name for himself, but enough of talking about that. We're talking about this album. First track here, we got Rotting Away, alright? And I said, nice opening, alright? Because it genuinely is. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good opening. I really liked it. Next up, You're Not Real. 6 out of 10. Little weird, but not bad. A lot of the instrumentation is like a little weird on this album. There's another one down here where I compare the guitar to a kazoo, because, you know, some of the recording is a little weird sounding how it's made. This album is a bit of an acquired taste, I guess, but I kind of have that taste. So the scores are going to be mostly positive. Just spoiler alert. Next up, we got one I had to abbreviate down to WWNMTB. Why aren't you with me? It's something about a girl not wanting to be with him. Alright, okay, gave it a 6 out of 10. Kind of makes me feel like I'm going insane. Again, guitar kind of sounds like a kazoo. The ooh, a lot of incelcore artists implement into their songs. I didn't really think was implemented all that great into this one. Alright, again, I know Mango Red might be watching this video because, like, you know, he's around in the community. So, again, dude, if you're watching this is not an attack on you as a person. It's purely just about the music here. I truly do have respect for Mango Red. It's just some of the songs on here are like a little weird, even for me. But next up, we have the best song on the album, and I believe this one actually has the most streams. We got Double Suicide. I just wrote down really good, because it just is. It just sounds like one of those classic Fried by Fluoride tracks. It genuinely just sounds really good. Next up, we got Watch Me Cry. No, reminds me of Hard Christ, because I think he had a song, Watch Me Cry. No. His song was Cry Me My Eyes Out, alright? He had that song, and it kind of reminds me of that. Another pretty good track, 7 out of 10. Next up, I forgot the name to this one. Hey, by the way, I just want to throw this out here. Why did we have to make all the song titles like 6 words long? Like, I get, like, we're all, like, calling back to the Scott Pilgrim versus the World ruined an entire generation of women thing. We're all calling back to that. We love our long song titles. I don't love them now that I have to write them down here. And most of the time I just abbreviate them because I'm not writing all of that. And then I just forget what the song was called. Alright? Okay, and this is another example. 6 out of 10, the mixing is odd. Not bad, but the mixing is a little odd on this one. Next up, we got Guess I'm Just a Loser. I remember this one because it came exactly after another song with a long title. Like, why? So, Guess I'm Just a Loser. Remember this one. 5 out of 10. Why does the guitar sound like a kazoo? This was the one I was referencing earlier. Tell me it does not kind of sound like a kazoo. Tell me I'm not kind of spitting. Next up, Valentine, 6 out of 10. Good loser love song if it was longer. Basically sums up my thoughts on it. Alright. Wish You'd Cut Me Instead is the next one here. No, some real energy. Alright. That's all I had to say. Okay. Again, not feeling the best. Kind of just threw herself against the paper and saw what stuck. Next up, we got LOL, because I was not writing the title of this one either. This is the longest one. I wasn't even going to bother abbreviating it. Alright, it's LOL. And it kind of deserves this, considering it's an instrumental track. But what makes it weirder is it's the longest track on the album. By like a good 28 seconds. Like almost by a half a minute, the longest track. Why? It's just an instrumental. I will admit it's a good instrumental. If you're like, I don't know, doing homework, you're trying to sleep, you can throw this on in the background. It probably work good in those situations. It just kind of feels out of place on this album. Alright, now, all the scores totaled up. We got 7, 6, that makes 13. 13 plus 6, that equals 19. 19 plus 8, that's 27. 27 plus 7, that's 34. 34 plus 6, that equals 40. 40 plus 5, 45. 45 plus 6, that's 51. Plus 7, 58. Alright, so 63. Ultimately, I give this a 6.3. That would put it in between the Pop Kill and Tars Bomba video, if you're keeping track at home. Alright, and I think that's 4th out of 6. Alright, again, I've reviewed mostly good albums. If you guys have any suggestions for more bad incelcore albums like Gamer 3, I'd be down to check those out and kind of roast them in the future, but again, most of these albums have been good. Again, I'm an incelcore fan, so it's obviously no shocker that I like a lot of this music. But anyways, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and bye.